So what's a grape explorer talking about today? So as you know, or I'm going to tell you, one of my favorite areas in all of France, it's called Burgundy. I love the magic of Burgundy, and I hope you do too. Or if you have not experienced it, I'm going to talk about a specific appellation today, which is called Nuits St. And this is from a very interesting brother and sister team. This is Domaine Dubois, and got a chance to meet Raphael and Beatrice on our trip to France, and they were quite gracious, especially Raphael, who is really the winemaker team, but he's also the export manager. So we got a chance to, discuss Burgundy, and but this is a 2020. This is a fabulous vintage. So I want to show you how you read a label, because if you look on the front, it says right there clearly Nuits St. But it's also got on the label what we call a village, and it's called Les Chaillots. Now, it's very complex, we want to say, when you're talking about Burgundy. We want to show you on the map too, because if you follow our journey last year, we actually we're in the town of Nuits St. up here. It's quite a big place, actually. If you ever want to travel to Burgundy, you've got Vaughn Romani quite close here, and Clos Vougeot is here. But actually, there's tons of restaurants, beautiful hotels and everything up in this place, because you can see it's a very big area, this Nuits St. Look how gigantic it is right here. So, and there's a reason for that, and we're going to talk about Nuits St. because it's in what they call the Cote de Nuits. We're going to break this down, because this is called the Cote de Beaune, and you're near Beaune, and this is called the Cote de Nuits, which is Nuits St. So that's all you have to remember. Just remember Nuit, which means dark, night, and then you have the Cote de Beaune over here. So, but I've always felt, and I think that I'm not the only one that feels this way, this is the filet mignon right here of all the greatest Burgundies in the world. All the top level Burgundies are located, I would say, in the Cote de Nuits. But you're also trying to look for value today, because value is key. So when you go to look for a producer, Nuits St. is probably one of the better values in the Cote de Nuits. And again, this is a single village, and we wanted to break out this map here where you can actually, where it's highlighted Nuits St. And this orange color right here are the Premier Cru. And then, as you can see, we're highlighting Les Chaillots, which is a village close to the highway, or close to the road there. And this is something where, you're going to get the better values. When you see, if you look on the label, you will find distinctly this village here. But there are some wines which are called, they're called Nuits St. Villages, different villages, and they won't have the designation on the bottle. They will just have Nuits St. And it can come from anywhere in this pink area. You can take some grapes from here, you can take some grapes from here, and put it into a Nuits St. But this highlights this vineyard and actually amplifies the Pinot Noir, because when you smell this wine, you get a lot of clay, you get a lot of that beautiful mineral tone. It's very high tone. You get like black tea. You get, of course, these mulberries. Very exotic nose when you're tasting Cote de Nuits or Nuits St. They're beautiful wines. This is under $100 a bottle, so it's a wine to look for. And when I say that, with the prices of Burgundy, today, especially, when you're looking at the Cote de Nuits, I mean, some bottles are 500, 1,000, 2,000, depending on what the producer, where the appellation is. So I always say, if you really want to follow the Nuits St. trail, look for a small grower producer. This is not a negociant. This is not somebody who is like Louis Jadot with power money, and it's not Joseph Drouin. This is a brother and sister team. They started this business in the 90s, so it's a relatively young enterprise, but their family goes back in Burgundy in the 1600s, so the Dubois family is very, very famous in Burgundy. But, we were quite, I was quite taken back by their wines, because what I got was just fruit, and more fruit. Usually in Burgundy, when you taste wines this young, a 2020, it's like Bordeaux. They're not ready to drink. They should be put away in the cellar for a few years just to gain a little more maturity. But these wines you can drink right out of the chute. But fabulous. Let's taste the wine. Silky, delicious, easy to drink.